Hi there. It's May 23rd and time for Proverbs 23. And we're in the middle of our 30 wise sayings that we're supposed to memorize and keep them ready on our lips at all times, right? And there's 10 or 11 in here. I didn't count them. So we'll go through these. They're already highlighted to separate them. Most of them are separated. Oh. When you sit down to dine with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you possess a large appetite. Do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. Right? And this is very true. If you dine with a ruler, or it's very popular for a prospective employer to take you out to lunch, right? And they're watching you, okay? Their food is deceptive. They're watching you. They're seeing how you act, how you treat the wait staff, right? Even a small thing as seasoning your food before you taste it with salt or pepper will tell them that you're not open to new ideas and lots of different stuff. Deceptive food. There's lots of notes over here on this one. Eat with sobriety. Bridle thine appetite, as it were, by force and violence. Right? Deceptive. For ofttimes the rich, when they bid their inferiors to their tables, it is not for the love they bear them, but for their own secret purposes. Right? They're testing you. Right? Be humble, eat little. Okay, next one, 4 and 5. Don't wear yourself out to get rich. Be wise enough to restrain yourself. When you cast your eyes on riches, it is gone. For it surely sprouts wings and flies off into the sky like an eagle. Money never lasts, okay? Don't spend your whole life or wear out yourself trying to get money. Okay? 6, 7, and 8. Don't eat the food of a stingy person, or desire his delicacies, for as he thinks within himself, so is he. Right? Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsel you ate, and you will waste your pleasant words. You ever gone over to I went to a barbecue once with a stingy person. Okay. And first off, how do you know they're stingy? They're going to tell you what they paid for everything. Okay. Can you believe steaks are $23 a pound now? Man alive. And a 12-pack of drinks is now $20. Used to be $6. It says here, for as he thinks within himself, so is he. It says inwardly calculating, a lot of them do. Right. This one doesn't say it, but it says, as he thinks to himself, he will be inwardly calculating what it's costing him. Okay. And he'll be miserable. He'll say, eat, drink, right? But his heart isn't in it. And it'll just make you sick, Why did I go there? Just stingy people. They're easy to find, like I said. They'll tell you what everything cost. Okay, 9. Do not speak in the ears of a fool, for he will disdain the wisdom of your words. Right? Some people it does no good to talk to. You're not going to change them. Okay? You're not. Right? They disdain the wisdom here. They're just going to call you names. Okay? They can't argue against truth, so they're just going to call you names. Because they have no other defenses, right? Okay, 10 and 11. Do not move an ancient boundary stone or encroach on the fields of the fatherless, for the Redeemer is strong. He will plead your case against you. Okay, now we already said this once, okay? It was like the 4th or 5th one. Don't move a boundary stone that your father set up. Right? Especially on the fields of the fatherless. 12. Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge. Discipline is instruction. Mitzvah, they call it sometimes. Okay, 13 and 14, we've heard this before too. Do not withhold correction from a child. If you strike him with a rod, he will not die. Punish him with a rod and deliver his soul from Sheol or hell. Okay? And we talk about that all the time. Right? The spanking's not going to kill him. Okay? In fact, you may save his life. Okay. Wisdom's path to the future. Okay, the next one, 15 and 16. My son, if your heart is wise, then my heart also will be glad. Yes, my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. Right? Don't you love it when your kids tell the truth and speak what is right and righteous? Just makes you feel good, right? Okay. The next one covers 3 verses, 17, 18, 19. Don't let your heart envy sinners, but always be in fear of Adonai, the Lord. For surely there is a future, and your hope will never be cut off. Right? And that could be one by itself. Okay. Listen, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the right way. So, and then 20 and 21. Do not join those drinking too much wine or gorging on meat, for both drunkards and gluttons will be impoverished. Gaudiness will clothe them in rags. Right? Partiers, right? Hang out with all these partiers. Yeah, today. At least back in my day, they call them partiers. Okay. Stoners, partiers. Clothe you in rags. Won't get you anywhere. 22. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Honor your parents. 23. Acquire truth and do not sell it. Acquire wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Those 3 go together. Wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Right? Those 3 together make knowledge. Right? Now, this one I'm not sure where to separate it, so we'll just read 24 through 28. Father of a righteous one rejoices greatly. Whoever fathers a wise child delights in him. Let your father and mother be glad. Let she who bore you rejoice. Right? Make your parents proud. Right? My son, give your heart to me, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, and an adulterous woman is a narrow pit. Okay, 2 different things: prostitute and adulterous woman. You can only commit adultery if you're married. Okay, prostitutes aren't married. Indeed, she lies in wait like a robber and increases the unfaithful among men. Right? Okay, now, this last section, 29 through 35, is one subject used a lot. It's about alcoholism, all right? The dangers of alcoholism. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has fights? Who has complaining? Who has bruises for no reason? Who has red eyes? Okay. Fighting, sadness, sorrow, complaining, bruises for no reason. Where did that come from, right? There's red eyes. Those who linger long over wine and who go looking for mixed wine, do not gaze at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it glides down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things. Your heart will utter perverse things. Then you will be like one lying down in the heart of the sea or sprawled on the top of a mast. They hit me, but I was not hurt. They beat me up, but I did not feel it. When will I wake up? I will look for another drink. Right? You will wake up. I mean, I've never been drunk, but you wake up with a hangover, right? You feel like there's no marks or bruises, but you feel like somebody ran over you with a truck and beat you nearly to death, right? They beat me up, I didn't feel it. They hit me, but I was not hurt. Right? See strange things. Heart will utter perverse things. Yeah, that's about alcoholism. So there you go. That's Proverbs 23. Okay. And more of our 30 wise sayings are supposed to, we'll go over them real quick. When you sit down with a ruler, consider carefully what is set before you and put a knife to your throat if you possess a large appetite. Right. Eat lightly as if your life depended on it, right? Because it does. Do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. Okay? It's interesting what happens when like the president invites the president of another country and they have lunch. What do? Do they both eat lightly? I don't know. Not my circle, right? Number 5 is important. Don't wear yourself out to get rich. Be wise enough to restrain yourself. Right? Cease from thy wisdom. Bestow not the gifts that God hath given thee to get worldly riches. Right? Be wise enough to restrain yourself. When you cast your eyes on riches, it is gone. For it surely sprouts like wings and flies off into the sky like an eagle. Right? Money comes, money goes. Okay? God is always there. Okay? And don't eat the food of a stingy person or desire his delicacies. Right? For he's always inwardly calculating the cost. He'll tell you to eat and drink, but his heart is not in it. All right? It'll make you sick. And you'll waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the ears of a fool, for he will disdain the wisdom of your words. Despise. Right? They just call you names. They don't want to hear truth. Okay? Okay, and he says this a lot. Do not move an ancient boundary stone or encroach on the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong, and he will plead their case against you. God will get you. God will get you. Yeah, there was a time when everybody was given land, and it was tax-free, right? And they didn't have to buy it, and it was given to them by the Lord to be passed down generations through generations. And they must have had problems with encroachment even back then, because, right, it's still, right, still going on today. Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge, right? Do not withhold correction from a child. If you spank him, he won't die, right? Spank him and you'll deliver his soul from hell. Got that? Right. Make your parents proud, right? My son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will also be glad. My inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. Right? Tell that to your kids. Okay. Don't let your heart envy sinners, and always be in fear of the Lord. There is a future, and your hope will never be cut off. Right? Be wise and guide your heart in the right way. That means to follow the Lord always, right? Don't hang out with partiers, right? Don't join those drinking too much wine and gorging on meat. For both drunkards and gluttons will be impoverished. Grogginess will clothe them in rags, right? Partiers, right? You know those people, right? Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Your parents. Acquire truth and do not sell it. Acquire wisdom, instruction, and understanding, right? Which is knowledge. Right? Wisdom, instruction, understanding. You get all that from the Bible, okay? These ones, make your parents glad, right? Make your parents proud. And then what about alcoholism? We won't go over this again, but read that. Right? It's a very plain statement. Okay? It looks good, goes down smoothly, bites like a serpent. So there you go. That is Proverbs 23. And I think we are starting. Oh, I can't find it. Come on. Our afternoon study. 8. Yep, we're starting John chapter 8. All right. So there you go. Good Friday. Right? Give us a like if you think about it. And this afternoon, we'll do it again. See ya.